F1 has reached the final 5 of the season, and the Drivers' Championship is tantalisingly close between the top 3, Piastri, Norris and Verstappen. As McLaren drivers Piastri and Norris battle for their first world title, they've had a 4-time world champion creeping up behind them, cutting their points advantage at an incredible rate across the last 4 races. Verstappen's recent resurgence has meant he has a shot of winning a 5th world title this year, and as the gaps grow smaller, every single point counts. For the weather forecast this weekend, it's set to be warm and sunny in Mexico City with partial clouds and highs of 26 on Saturday. Friday and Sunday has similar temperatures with a low chance of wind. If someone has told Verstappen after his home race 49 days ago he would be a title contender by the end of the season, his response would have been clear: I would not have believed them. Verstappen said, so how have we got to this point? Identifying the threat is one thing, but combating it is a total other for McLaren. He's closing down at an alarming rate of speed, and we have to see how McLaren will kind of approach that battle. Will they favour one driver? Who knows? Another talking point coming into this weekend is that Carlos Sainz has a 5-place grid penalty for that collision with Antonelli at the US Grand Prix, which is probably justified. But back to the world title fight. The Australian remains confident, saying he'd rather be where he is, where the others compared to the other drivers, and that's fair enough. The suspense is building. He remains the leader, but it's getting smaller with both drivers really catching him this season. He has 2 more wins than him, but Norris has more podiums, and Verstappen also now level on wins with Norris. So yeah, it is becoming really intriguing. This weekend we're going to have a lot of young drivers taking part in FP19, I think it is, and we've also had confirmation Colton Herta will race for High-Tech in F2 as he bids to make the step up to F1 next season. So yeah, it's going to be intriguing to see how he does. But back to the Mexico City circuit, of course racing in the ground since 1959, with F1's first event at the circuit, a non-championship race taking place in 1962. Of course named after Ricardo Rodriguez, who died during practice for the inaugural F1 event, and from that onwards, him and his brother Pedro, another Mexican racing driver who died 9 years later, racing sports cars. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez hosted F1 championship rounds from 63 to 70 and again from 1986 to 1992 before making its return in 2015. The original circuit, known for its fearsome Peraltada corner, a long sweeping right-hander before the pit strip, minimal runoff area. When the circuit returned, it has been removed and replaced by the iconic stadium section, including tight corners from the former baseball stadium. At an altitude of 7,300 feet, the circuit is the highest on the F1 calendar, presenting a unique challenge with thinner air, means cars can run with their highest swing levels but still generate less downforce than they do at Monza, where the lowest swings have seen of the year. The reduced oxygen level will also require heavy management of the brakes and everything like that. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously with the anomaly, 78% density compared to sea level creates certainly odd paradoxes. The atmosphere in Mexico is unreal and nothing else comes close, says Sergio Perez, and undoubtedly that is the case in the Foro Sol section. It looks amazing in that section. Sainz, of course, won the race last year, a dramatic last race for Ferrari where Verstappen was hit with a penalty with Norris. Leclerc finished 3rd, and yeah, of course this weekend will be usual in the UK, Sky F1, BBC 5 Live, Channel 4 highlights, and then yeah, it is another evening race with qualifying getting underway at 10 o'clock and the race getting underway at 8 p.m. So yeah, another evening race, which I have to say I do enjoy. In practice at Mexico, we saw obviously a lot of rookies in FP1, I think 9 to be exact, so a bit hard to get a reading, but it's Leclerc who topped that session. In FP2, it was the Red Bull of Max Verstappen that was looking really, really strong. Ferrari and possibly even Mercedes in the mix as well. Oscar Piastri, though, especially seemed off the pace, so it looks like it could be another great chance for Max Verstappen to hone in. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting, this one, but I'm going to say it will be Red Bull who looks strong after day 1 at Mexico. And before I go, let me run you through my predictions for this weekend. I'm going to say Oscar Piastri will be on pole. I think, yeah, this circuit maybe could suit McLaren a bit more in qualifying, but I'm going to say Verstappen will get a brilliant start like he did, I think it was 2023, was it? From lower down on the grid with that long round down to turn 1 with Verstappen taking the lead. I'm going to say Norris will come home in 2nd and Piastri 3rd. So yeah, all the title contenders on the podium, but of course it will just get ever tighter and create an ever more intriguing title battle as we edge towards the conclusion. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.